scumbag.
It's showtime!
Oh! When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Hey, Mr. Wayne.
Telling you what to think about everything. What to think about everything. 35 years. This is WCTR.
Oh my goodness. On a Dust Bowl Wednesday, we're getting amongst it because you are tuned in to the award-winning #1 non-fictional, completely fictional radio station from Liberty City to Leonida. All gas. No goddamn breaks with it, so you better get in where you fit in. If we don't cover it, it isn't worth the goddamn airtime. As always, we want to give a big shout out to all the friend brothers for supporting this channel. If you want to join the campaign, Cowboys, then click join or follow the link in the description. Why am I going so fast, by the way? I think I need to slow myself down because this is the long intro. We reworked everything a couple of weeks ago and I just realised this is the long intro. This audio's going on for like another 50 years. I gotta slow my roll down a little bit. Don't be a weasel cheese all your life. We could do a Mr. Boss for the win. How about this? Don't be a weasel cheese all your life. Click that subscribe button. And while you're here, I'm only joking, we don't need to hit the 8-minute mark. You might as well click the like button as well and help MCT out with that bullshit algorithm. And finally, if you want to get your golden pipes on 104.5, all you have to do is join the 104.5 Radio MCT Discord. The link is down in the description. Then record your voice message and leave it in the voice memo section. It doesn't have to be about GTA, it doesn't have to be about gaming, it can be about whatever you want. Movie, TV, sports, wrestling, or anything else in between. Just keep it clean, you little waste man, or else it's cold shower time for your punk ass. We appreciate you knocking boots. So with that down, let's grab this intermito and let's give some shout outs. Let's bring up YouTube here. Where are we? Let's have a ganders. Alright, we got the real Kratos knocking about. Adam X78, Saints Rampo, Big Saint Dog, Blank Slate, Ghost CJ01, Real Coolwater, T-Burton, Joshua Hawkins, Exodus. I'll keep going. Notorious Ghost, Let's Ride, Hickam, Lyric, Chandler Bing, Real Coolwater, Cybernetic. Oh man, how are we all doing, boys? It's Wednesday, and ladies, we're not being sexist in 2026. Oi, I don't need to be cancelled this year. We got a big year coming up. Fuck's sake, I've just realised there's still like 10 minutes left in this goddamn intro of the audio. Man, I gotta rework this shit around. We had the intro was bang on just before Christmas and we changed things up a little bit and I forgot that we put the long intro on. Should we do the intro all over again? Nah, I'm only joking. But we'll let it play out. We'll let it play out and then we'll get J-Dog hitting the music. Fucking hell. In fact, we got a shit ton to get through today, by the way. We got voicemails to get through. We got messages to read. We're obviously going to be talking about the earnings call that now is official. For anyone that missed it, I think it got made official by Take the Piss Interactive either yesterday or the day before. It was either Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. And yes, it is now official. February 3rd. Let's pull up the calendar here. Let's see what day that is actually. February 3rd. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. On a Tuesday. 4 weeks. Oh, fucking hell. That's well annoying. We normally stream on... Oh no, we normally stream on Mondays. Oh, that works out well. So we can still do 104.5 on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And then we can cover the goddamn earnings call on the Tuesday as well. You'll love to see it. So, team, look, obviously when it comes to the earnings calls, you all know my opinion when it comes to the Take the Piss Interactive earnings calls. Do I think there will be breaking news inside the earnings call itself? More than likely, no. There's never been a time where I've sat there and listened to the earnings call and thought, oh my God, they've just said something and it's breaking news. The big thing about the earnings call is what happens before the earnings call. You take it back to Grand Theft Auto 6, when it was officially announced, they announced it before the earnings call. Trailer 2. And the delay, the first delay. came before the earnings call. The second delay came 15 minutes before the last earnings call. This is the first earnings call of 2026. Now, the one thing I will say, we will get into it later on as well. This earnings call that we've got doesn't cover, and this is the big one that you need to remember when it comes to February. I'll remind you a couple of times because no doubt we'll go over it for a bit yet. We're still a month off. But the one thing you got to remember is this earnings call is not covering the numbers that Rockstar and Take the Piss Interactive are going to make in November. So technically, they don't even have to cover Grand Theft Auto 6. No doubt someone will ask about it, someone will mention it, but this earnings call coming up doesn't cover the numbers that they are going to make in November and December for Grand Theft Auto 6. So I understand that a lot of people aren't hyped around it, and like I've said, when we cover the earnings call, it's just MCT sat here taking the piss out of billionaires for the best part of, 3 hours? But the one thing I will say, if anyone wants some hopium copium, I can give it to you here and now. This is the first earnings call of 2026. It is the first earnings call since they delayed the game from the last earnings call. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to get anything, but this is the last earnings call before pre-orders could go live. Because when's the next earnings call from this? March, April, May. Everyone's saying that Trailer 3 and pre-orders could be dropping around April and May time. So we'll see. Anyway, J-Dog, let's get that music playing, shall we? Let's get that music pumping. Let's come to the Friend Brothers and let's see what you lot are saying. In regards to voicemails, we will get into the voicemails in about half an hour's time or so. For the first half an hour, I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to talk to all you weasels and see how your... What day are we on here? Wednesday? See how your Wednesday is going. Also, in fact, before I come to the Friend Brothers, there's something I want to ask you all. For anyone that's on a desktop right now, anyone that's listening to MCT on a PC, and you're on iPhone as well, can I ask you a question? Since when are the two times on Microsoft and Apple not synced up together? Because my Apple iPhone is saying that it's 8 minutes, it's now 9 minutes past 5. But yet on my PC, it's saying it's 10 past 5. I've never seen that before. If anyone's on desktop and that shit's happening to them, can you please make sure that I know? Because I'm getting a little bit worried here. Is this the end of days? For God's sake. I need to play GTA 6, man. It can't be the end of the day. It's not today. Right, Cool Water. I wish YouTube would properly go live. I'm sitting here waiting for things to start and I have to refresh the damn page. Cool Water, what are you talking about? I need context because I need to fix that if something's going on. I wish YouTube would properly go live. I'm sitting here waiting for things to start and I have to refresh the damn page. Cool Water, I need more context. What are you talking about? Because if there's an issue, then I need to solve that shit. Well, Google and YouTube need to sort that shit, but I need to make them aware. Let's have a gander here. Let's have some more shout-outs. Crossfire Gamers knocking about. Good to see you, Crossfire, as always. Space Tech's knocking boots. Cybernetic, I don't think we need a trailer 3 for story. A gameplay trailer without spoiling the story would be on my wish list. Oh. Cybernetic, I'm not going to say you're wrong, because obviously we don't know. There's every chance that we could get a gameplay trailer. But I'll just remind you that normally when trailer 3 comes, it isn't really gameplay. And normally the first 3 trailers, especially when it comes to Rockstar games, are normally story trailers. So I wouldn't get too hyped up on the possibility of a gameplay trailer. Plus, not only that as well, if trailer 3 does drop with pre-orders, that's still 6 months out. I've said this time and time again, man. You don't want gameplay trailers to drop that early before the game comes out, because if you see something and then it gets pulled or it gets removed or it's not what it looks like in the gameplay trailer itself because it's so far from out, you're giving yourself a reason to set the bar too high. So I prefer gameplay trailers to be a lot closer to the game coming out, me personally, but I understand a lot of the Friend Brothers are hanging on for gameplay trailers. It's not the end of the world. Look, it's not the end of the world. Would I prefer a gameplay trailer, or would I like to see some gameplay other than what we saw very briefly in trailer 2? Of course I would. But at the same time, I know that I don't want to see it so early. Because if we see something, let's say for example, if they drop trailer 3 tomorrow and it was a gameplay trailer, as good as it might be, I probably wouldn't be confident that I'm going to see that in 10 months' time. There's probably going to be a couple of tweaks, a couple of changes. Karl, Grand Theft Auto 6 update coming February. Do we really trust anything from Rockstar or anything from these earnings calls? Well, it's like I said before, Karl. It's not the earnings call itself. It's not the 45 minutes earnings call that's the big issue, the big talking point. It's the fact of Rockstar Games when it has come down to crucial things like the announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6, Trailer 1, Trailer 2, the delays. They always come just before the earnings calls. So if something is coming in regards to maybe screenshots, possibly a trailer 3, I don't think trailer 3 is dropping that early, but anything that could be coming around Grand Theft Auto 6 won't come during the earnings call, it'll be before it. So possibly, if it's going to be on the Tuesday, it could either fall the final... Fucking hell, man. It could actually fall the final week of this month. But that's far too early. For me, personally. GTA FIB, yo MCT, hope you liked the golden PlayStation 5 pictures. Us mortals, I don't think we could afford one. Not gonna lie, it gives me Yusuf Amir vibes. Will you stream the February earnings or wait until the May one? Nah, I'll stream it. Like I said, I will stream the earnings call because the thing is, I think it's quite fun because we all get together for, what, 2 hours, 3 hours, and we all basically just take the piss out of billionaires for 3 hours, and we sit here and listen to what they have to waffle on about for 45 minutes. So, I am going to stream it, but, again, everyone needs to remember that I'm saying if we get news, it's not going to be during the earnings call, it's going to be before it. Crossfire Gaming, yours is probably off by a minute. What, the clock? Well, I'm annoyed by it though, because I've never seen that in my entire life. It just said it's changed now. It was 12 minutes past 5. It's now 13 minutes past 5, but my PC is saying it's 14 minutes past. It's never been out of sync that bad before. It's an internal clock. I didn't even think they could go out of sync. Deadpool MKD, I've just seen, is in the chat knocking about. Oi, Deadpool, oi, we got to give him a shout out. We got to give him a 1 round. Ken, remind Deadpool what time it is.
It's showtime!
Oh! Because I just noticed you popped something in the Discord before saying that the trailer promoting the mod has blown up. Well done, man. Nice numbers. Very nice. Looking forward to seeing that shit. Exodus, what do you expect to see in trailer 3? I'm expecting... Oh, Exodus, nice question. With trailer 3, oh man. You know what? The answer to this question really depends on what kind of day you catch me on. If you catch me on one day, I could say that it's just going to be another gameplay trailer and it might not be as long as trailer 2. You catch me on another day, I could say that it's a split trailer between Jason and Lucia, like we got with Grand Theft Auto 5. So I really don't know, brother. Off the dome, I really want to see 2 trailers. I really want to be a greedy pig, and I really want a minute-long trailer focusing on Lucia and a minute-long trailer focusing on Jason. But at the same time, I can't ignore the fact that trailer 1 heavily did lean into Lucia's story, and trailer 2 did heavily lean into Jason's story. So there's a chance that maybe technically those were the Jason trailer, the Lucia trailer, and maybe trailer 3 is the combined trailer with them too. I'm not too sure, man. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat around trailer 3. What do you think trailer 3 is going to be? Is it going to be a split trailer between them two? Or are we going to get 2 individual trailers like we got with the 3 individual character trailers for Grand Theft Auto 5? I definitely don't think... The one thing I am 100% confident on, well, 99.9% confident on, is it won't be gameplay. It might feature some gameplay like trailer 2 did, but nah, I can't see it. I can't see it being a full-on gameplay trailer that early on. Not a chance, man. Oi, 21 that was watching Stranger Things, by the way. What are you making of this whole Hopium Copium? Oi, if you think the Hopium Copium reached levels in 2024 and 2025 with the Grand Theft Auto community, the Stranger Things community has... We've got nothing on the Stranger Things community. The ending to Stranger Things was that polarizing, because if you remember when I reviewed it, I said I didn't hate it as much as everyone else did. People literally despised the ending of Stranger Things. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't like how... I definitely think they could have done different things and they could have worked it a lot better and it could have finished a lot better. But I wasn't someone who was like, right, they need to redo this, need to make a whole new episode. But the Hopium Copium is that bad in the Stranger Things community right now. They genuinely think in the next 10 hours you are going to get a secret episode that is going to redo all of the shit that you got in the finale of Stranger Things. Look, if it drops, fair play to you all. You were all right, but man, the cope is something else. It's a shame because unfortunately I think a lot of these people are making themselves unhinged around Stranger Things ending, and they're making it worse for themselves. Like, they can't they can't really allow themselves to accept that it's over, that it's finished, because it didn't end the way they wanted it to. So now they're reading into a ton of shit. And unfortunately, when they wake up tomorrow and no new episodes dropped, I think you are going to see very big levels of disappointment. And it's a shame, man. It's a shame, because if you're going to be disappointed about the finale of Stranger Things, then fair play. You know, you spout your opinion and that's it. We all move on. But, you know, it's just a TV series at the end of the day. Pixels on a screen. But I think they're making it worse for themselves. I really think they're making it worse for themselves. But the GTA community, we've been here before, man. I feel like we put ourselves through that shit every 3 weeks. So I've played these games before. Real Cool Water MCT, I was here before you started. It was counting down, but never switched to the live stream once it started. It's a Google issue, not a you issue. Refreshing fixes it. Oh, Cool Water, man. Yeah, but the thing is, that's bollocks. I hate that you've got to do that. Because when I click live stream, the thing is for me, is how I set it up with the live streams is, I've obviously got it on the PC and that's the hub for me, but I also have it on my phone as well. So the idea is I have the feed coming through my phone, at least for the first 5 minutes, to make sure everything's all right. And it always loads up automatically for me. So I don't know, Cool Water, maybe that's a setting. I'm not saying you're wrong, but maybe that's a setting on your end, because like I said, man, I've done this for the past 6 months where I set my phone up just as I'm going live, just to make sure that it kickstarts in right and the intro's right. And I've never had to refresh YouTube for that. So hopefully there might be a setting where you can change that. But I don't know what setting that would be though on YouTube. It should just kick in automatically. That's well annoying. Bacon, MCT display time on your devices don't come from the internet. It uses a small battery inside your phone PC with a microchip to keep mind of the time. If they didn't have it turning, time wouldn't pass. Yeah, Bacon, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying to you is, never in the history of me sat here, I've had this PC for 3 years, and the monitor for however long, I've never once sat here and seen that the time is synced out. It's about 1 minute and 2 seconds out, because I've just seen the time change again. So my time with my iPhone compared to my PC is 1 minute and 2 seconds out. I've never known that before. I didn't even think that was, again, man, because they're internal clocks. Obviously, I know that it's different with Microsoft to Apple, but I thought they were all at least set off the same kind of world clock. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's not the end of the world, but it just kind of creeped me out a little bit. I was like, whoa. Never seen that before in my entire goddamn life. Speaking of things that I've never seen or said in my entire goddamn life, King Capybara. Never said that name before. Ken, do you think?
It's showtime!
Good to see you, Big Stepper. What are we saying? I think Trailer 3 has more information of what's in the game on what you can do, but still a little gameplay. You make a good point, brother. What about this? I don't see a lot of people saying this. What if Trailer 3 does something very similar to what you just said then, where it does show you more of the game and stuff, but what if it shows you more of the mini games and more of the side stuff that you can do? Let's say, for example, Trailer 3 kicks in and Jason is just on a skateboard and he's just rolling down the side of the beach. And he looks over into the water and Lucia's on a surfboard. How sick would that be, man? That is two things that I keep seeing people want. I want them both. But how mad would that be? Literally the first 10 seconds of Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 3. Jason's on a skateboard and Lucia surfing. That'd be mad. That would be sick! Right, let's have a go. Let's try and catch up, team. I can see that I'm falling way behind, so I'm going to catch up as fast as I can do. I can't say thank you enough, man. You lot are lighting me up. Let's ride. MCT, are you Irish? No. Nope. I'm northern born and bred. Born and bred, brother. Born and bred. Crossfire Game and MCT, if you click the date on the taskbar and click date and time settings, you can uncheck set time automatically and recheck to mix to maybe fix your clock. Oh, Crossfire Game, and I appreciate the help, brother. And like I said, man, look, it's not that deep. I'm really not that bothered about it, but it's just, it was something that I'd never clocked onto before. I was like, whoa. Why is my iPhone time like literally over a minute out from our Microsoft time? Like, I've never seen that in my entire life. Normally, if they're out, it's by like a hair of a split second. Hellison's knocking about. Good to see you, brother. What are we saying here? Cybernetic conformity gate is called. Yeah, the Stranger Things thing, the conformity gate. Oh man, like I said, the worst thing about all of this is the fans that are believing it, because We've all been there at some point, whether it's a movie that you're watching, a game that you're playing, or a TV series that you're invested in, man, and it finishes and you don't like how it ends. You constantly try and find little things to make yourself feel better about it. Like, you go back and watch the final episode, or you go back and play the final mission, and it's like, oh, well, did they mean to do this intentionally? Because then that leads into the possibility that maybe this person isn't dead, or maybe this didn't happen, or this or that, and Easter eggs and fan service and everything else, and false endings. But this is mental, that people are starting to convince themselves that there is actually going to be another episode that completely changes it all and makes everything right. Like, man, I feel really bad for them, because, like I say, in the next 10 hours, you're going to see a lot of people losing their shit. You're going to see all the negativity that you might have seen around Stranger Things, the finale, is going to be ramped up in the next 48 hours when everyone realises that this conformity gate thing isn't happening. I think there's a possibility, and this is just a personal theory. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but a personal theory. I think people are going to obliterate the ratings for that finale episode. People who have generally convinced themselves that conformity gate is a thing, and there is going to be a fresh episode coming in 10 hours when it doesn't drop. I think them people are going to be that angry, the majority of them. They're going to go to all the websites that they have to, and they are going to downvote the hell out of that finale episode. And it's not really... I don't know, man. It's... The Duffer Brothers definitely made a rod for their own back, hyping this finale up the best they could do, basically saying it's going to be a bloodbath and stuff, and who was it who died in the end? I'm not going to say it was, because it's spoilers. I understand that people still might not have watched it yet. But, like... Yeah, it's the worst thing about it is the fans that have just dedicated so much time and have watched it for all these years, and the finale itself was fine. The finale itself was an okay finale. It wasn't great, it wasn't perfect, but, you know, literally name me a 10 out of 10 finale of any TV series. A lot of people, man, fucking hell, I'm gonna get into it in a sec. A lot of people really overhyped Breaking Bad, saying it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Don't get me wrong, it was by far one of the best things on TV, but even Breaking Bad isn't perfect. Now, obviously, there's no comparison to Stranger Things and Breaking Bad, but I just feel like if you're not happy with something, you're doing yourself a disservice trying to convince yourself that there's going to be something coming in the next few days that will rewrite everything. Like, no, brother. No. Oh, man. Flaming Fox, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, it is going to be weird, and it's going to be weird and not real and feel not real. Oh, Fox, man. The funny thing is, Fox, right? I've been thinking about this for a while, ever since it got delayed for a second time. With how long we've waited for this game, and with all the shit that I've covered on this channel, and, you know, all the live streams that we've done and shit, when the game finally drops, it is going to feel really surreal. Like, you're going to be sat there, you're going to warp into the story, you're going to watch the intro, however long it's going to be, and you're going to play the game, and then once the dust settles and you're genuinely just sat there in free will, and you can go to anywhere in the map and you can do anything you want, I think for a lot of people, it's going to kind of kick in like, fucking hell, man, finally. We're actually here. Like, Grand Theft Auto 6, the meme isn't there now. Like, that's it. There's no more, we got this before Grand Theft Auto 6, we got this before Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, that's it. Everything you've known around Grand Theft Auto 6 for the past 3 years, that's gone. Once this game drops. Crazy. Oh, sorry, Tim. I just had to sip some H2O, man. My throat is dying out. Right, Ghost with a 5. Holy shit. Appreciate you, Ghost. Ken, get off your fat ass and tell him what time it is.
It's showtime! Oh!
Appreciate you, Ghost with a 5. Do you think artwork for T2, for trailer 2, that shows Jason with an injured arm is a hint at anything, or am I just overthinking it, MCT? Thoughts? Oh, team, what do we reckon? What's the answer that we can give to Ghost on that? So you talk about the bandaged arm, aren't you? Tell you one thing, I can't wait to get new artwork because the amount of times I've used that fucking picture of Jason for a thumbnail. Even thumbnails that you've not seen. Like thumbnails that I've mocked up and then like an hour or so before the video goes up or the live stream goes up, I've changed the thumbnail. I have fucking edited that image so many times, man. I'm please, Rockstar, if you give me anything in February, give me some new artwork, man. I can't keep doing it. I don't know. Because the thing is, right, we all read into that ankle monitor, didn't we? On Lucia's ankle. When we got the first artwork from Trailer 1. And so many people were coming with really, really good theories saying, this is going to be how they lock the map off so we can't do this and we can't do that. And that hints more towards Jason being a cop because Lucia couldn't be a police officer or an undercover fed if she had an ankle monitor. So that means that that's pointing towards Jason being in, like, all this stuff and all these theories. And the thing is, I think when that kind of, when the dust settled on that and that died down, when the artwork dropped around Trailer 2, you didn't really see that many people making a lot of huge theories around Jason's arm and the bandage. I mean, let's put it to the Friend Brothers. So we're all here now. In regards to Jason's arm being injured in the artwork, what do we think that is? Do we think that that's something serious? I think personally the chance that maybe that could lean towards something like, off the top of the dome, what if it's showing either at some point in the story Jason gets shot in the arm, or it could be something to do with when you take damage in the game, you're going to start showing wounds, and when you actually heal yourself, instead of just taking some fast medicine and that's it, it's gone, you actually see like maybe a bandage on your arm, and you actually have that bandage on your arm for like 24 hours or something. I don't know. Maybe it could be something like, oh, this is a bit too realistic. I'm going a bit too much down the rabbit hole here. I'm going too much down the rabbit hole. But what about this? I'll finish this. Ghost, you've got me going now. I'll finish on this. I think this would be cool. It's only little, but it's a tiny little detail that I would like in Grand Theft Auto. What if, do you know when you go to the hospital when you die and you come out the hospital? What if for the first 24 hours you actually are bandaged up? Would that be like a pretty sweet detail? I'd like that, man. Where, you know, Jason or Lucia walk out the hospital and you see like maybe a bandage over Jason's arm and like, I don't know, like a plaster on some part of their body or whatever. And with Lucia, like maybe she's got a bandage on her knee or a leg or something like that. Like, I don't know, it's tiny little details like that that would make it feel like pretty sweet. But then again, it's you come into that whole thing of, well, is the bandage going to show up when you trigger a cutscene? And, well, oi, who knows? Maybe that's why it's been delayed 3 times. Who fucking knows? Cool Water MCT, I'm not on a phone, I'm watching from work in Chrome browser on a MacBook. It's all good, friend, brother. It's either Apple or Google taking a piss. Yeah, it's just the YouTube thing, man. Just, like I say, Cool Water, it's never happened to me. I just hope that doesn't happen to more people. Oh, dear me. John on YouTube. I think I've said Jonathan's name before, but Ken, do your thing regardless.
It's showtime!
Appreciate it, Jonathan. What are we saying? What if all 5 Stranger Things seasons were just Will the Wise telling a great story during their long Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and we got a visual representation of it? Well, John, the thing is, like, you know, you saw theories about that as well. Like, people were theorizing that that is actually going to be how the finale was going to go, like how it was actually going to end. And what I was always taught, when you're writing a story, when you're doing anything, I'm assuming we all got taught the exact same thing. You never, ever, 101 for dummies, you never end it on, and it was all a dream. You never do that shit. If the Duffer Brothers would have gone through all this shit and would have gone through season finale and it literally would have ended with it all being one big Dungeons and Dragons campaign, worst finale in history. Because that literally is the equivalent of, and it was all a dream. Meaning everything that you saw was all make-believe and nothing happened in Hawkins. It was all just bollocks for what, the best part of 10 years? 9 years? So, I like the theory, but I don't like the ending. That's the best way I can word it. I like the theory, but I don't like the ending. I like it. It's one of those things, I like it as a theory more than a reality. If that was reality, I'd fucking hate it. But as a theory, it's weird. I'm kind of like, you know what? as a nerd, as a fucking geek, maybe I don't mind it theoretically, but just one of them things, innit? T-Burton MCT, chances of getting Grand Theft Auto 4's remaster trailer or release before next earnings call. Wow. T-Burton. Chat what? So T-Burton, so the thing is, right, the earnings call is the first. If I pull up the calendar here, where are we? So the earnings call is Tuesday the 3rd of February. It's the first Tuesday. The first week. It's the 3rd day of the month on February. So your question is basically, MCT, what are the chances on seeing Grand Theft Auto 4's updated port in this month, in January? I'm going to say chances are slim, brother. We are talking slim pickings. Slim chickens, brother. Slim pickings. Grand Theft Auto 4's updated port in January. Can't see it myself. Now, I don't have any insider sources. I don't have insider knowledge. For all I know, that bitch drops tomorrow and we all rejoice and we all get amongst it. But the one thing that I will argue against is how fucking pointless would that be to drop that 2 weeks after Christmas? What a bit of point. Drop it 2 weeks before Christmas and make your money off it. You know what I mean? I still like my theory, and I know that it benefits the billionaires a lot more, but I do like my theory of if you drop Grand Theft Auto 4's updated port as close to Grand Theft Auto 6 as makes sense, you can attach it to GTA Plus for free. And people will sign up to GTA Plus just to play Grand Theft Auto 4 for free, and then when you go to GTA 6, you've got GTA Plus. That's just my theory. And look, I'm not in charge of Rockstar Games. I'm not a take-the-piss interactive investor. I don't know what the crack is, but surely that makes a bit of sense, right? That makes more sense than dropping it in January. You know what I mean? X-Wolves. I think I've said that name before, but Ken, do you think...
It's showtime!
Oh! Appreciate it, brother. What we're saying. MCT, have you seen the newly discovered Easter egg in Red Dead Redemption 2? 7 years later, and we're still finding mysteries. Yeah, so X-Wolves, I saw that, but I've not really read into it. I've just seen it in passing. So, yeah, apparently, for anyone who has missed it, I don't know how you will have been able to, because it's been all over, it's been all over social media for the past 2 days, I think. Yeah, for anyone that missed it, Red Dead Redemption, one of the best story-based video games of all time. People have just stumbled now, 7 years later, on a brand new Easter egg. And apparently it's still running. Isn't it something like no one solved it yet? I saw today apparently there's like a new hidden step that's been discovered, but no one's actually solved what the mystery is yet. That's sick, man. Look, I've given Rockstar Games a lot of shit for a lot of years, but you've got to put your hand on your heart and just respect the amount of effort and detail they put in these video games, man. What an absolute fucking joke that is. 7 years later, 7 years down the line, and people are still finding new shit in a story-based video game. A story-based video game that probably, I don't know because I've not read into it yet, so I might be talking bollocks, but this thing that people have found 7 years ago, am I right in saying that that then realistically did actually exist 7 years ago? Because there's no way they would have added that in the past 12 months, right? That's the big thing that everyone's kicking off about, the fact of it's been there for all these years and no one's clocked onto it. That's mad. Wild. Hellison on Xbox, I said this, that by December we will have finished the game and known most about its secrets, and then that's that. Let's enjoy this period. Whoa, Hellison, are you talking about Grand Theft Auto 6? Hold on a sec. By December we will have finished the game and known most about its... Ho, 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 ho. Hellison, I think I might have jumped in halfway through a conversation you're having with someone else there, but there's no way you're talking about Grand Theft Auto 6, saying that we'll have found out the majority of its secrets by December. There's no way. No way. Look at what we've just been saying about Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption is a game that's been out for 7 years and people are still finding new shit. We're going to be finding stuff on Grand Theft Auto 6 for at least minimum 4 or 5 years. Even look at some of the mysteries in Grand Theft Auto 5 now that are still unsolved, and like I know that there's a bit of a weird discourse around some of the mysteries that haven't been solved. I think it was the Mount Chiliad mystery, I think got solved in 2025, but there are a few people that are still skeptical on the answer itself. And some people are like, well, they've not actually put an answer in, so technically the mysteries never will get answered because the answers aren't in the game. But people are still talking about them to this day. People still cover them. People still do research on them. People still do videos on them. And Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, what, 13 years ago? So yeah, man, we're going to be talking about the mysteries and shit around Grand Theft Auto 6 for a long time. Hellison, I meant about its story. Yeah, but you said, hold on a minute, Hellison. I'll run you back, you little punk trick. Where are we here? Where's that message that I read? We will have finished the game and known most about its secrets, and then that's that. Let's enjoy this period. What, secrets as in, like, you meant secrets inside the story? I mean, that's fine. I mean, look, Hellison, I understand what you're talking about. I agree. It will get to a point, I've said this, worryingly, there's no point talking about it yet because we're not even there yet. We're not even at the dance. We're not even at the table. It's not even the day before, right? We've still got trailers, posters, everything else, new artwork, screenshots, character bios. We've basically got the best part of a year to wait for Grand Theft Auto 6, so we're definitely not here yet. But there is a harsh, sharp reality that hits you right in the fun bag of eventually at some point, whether it be a month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line, eventually at some point, you are going to put Grand Theft Auto 6 down and go off and play something else. Because you will have played it to death. But we cross that bridge when we come to it. But even saying that's wild. Even thinking like that just makes me sick. I've waited for this game for so long. And there is going to be a point one day where I just need to have to put it down because I'm just going to play it too much. Ugh. I don't think I like that. Big Man Mo's talking about good to see you more. Eden MCT, you heard about the storm that's hitting UK. I hope everyone stays safe. No, I haven't done more. I will pull up the weather app though because I will figure out what you're talking about. Where are we here? Storm. Cloudy conditions will continue for the rest of the day. Wind gusts up to 16 miles per hour are making a temperature feel like -2. 16 miles per hour winds. I've not got any storm warning yet, Mo. But I'll keep my eye on it. Storm warning. Unless you're talking about the snow that we got, because it did snow here for us. I'm up north in the UK, but it did snow for us. Not yesterday, the day before. So it has been like snowy and icy and stuff, but it's not been awful. I think we got like, I was going to sleep last night and I swear I heard hailstone out window. So it might be that. I don't think there's a storm coming. If there is more, I've completely missed that. I have to check that shit out. Best by far, you can't end it with "it was all a dream." You can't start it like that either, unless you say "I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine." Brian, you know me too well. 1994 Diesel. I never said that name before in my entire goddamn life.
It's showtime!
Appreciate you stopping by, Big Stepper. What are we saying? I truly believe a Grand Theft Auto 4 release. A Grand Theft Auto 4 release would most likely be around its anniversary in the end of April. It's a good shout. It's a good shout because, again, that's... So, what? We've got January, February, and then March, April, May. The next earnings call after February is in May. So if they're going to drop it on the anniversary or around the anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 4, that makes a lot of sense, 1994. That makes a lot of goddamn sense. I'm going to have to start writing down these anniversaries, man. Every time, I've said this multiple times, when it comes to the anniversaries, I always forget to check up on them. But the anniversaries make a lot of sense. So Grand Theft Auto 4's anniversary is in April, is it? Right, well then that makes sense. If they're going to drop Grand Theft Auto 4's updated port early doors, like before June or July this year, then round the anniversary makes a lot of sense. Oh dear me. Right, team, we've got more messages to read out. I can't say thank you enough, but we are going to get into the voicemail. So Jade, do you want to pause that music 2 secs? Appreciate you, big cheese. Right, team, you give me 60 seconds. I'll be right back, and then we will get into the voicemails.
You do everything in your car, from talking to friends to watching a movie to turning tricks with a coworker. So why should you get out of your car to eat? At Up and Atom, we're from a time when America didn't worry about global warming, cholesterol, or who could vote. Drive into Up and Atom today. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
We all care about the environment, some more than others, especially those of us on the West Coast. But places thousands of miles away have water that is our birthright. We're San Andreas Water and Power. Without our tireless efforts to keep the water and subsidies flowing, San Andreas could dry up like a woman in her 50s. No green lawns, no swimming pools, no lush golf courses in the desert. Sure, you may have to pay the piper sometime, but let's all work together to make sure it's not just yet. San Andreas Water and Power.
Right then, you little mug stains, we are going to get into the voicemails that the Friend Brothers have left on Discord. I'm going to read a couple more messages quickly through chat and then we're going to get into the voicemails, but I just want to give everyone a heads up. If you want to leave a voicemail on 104.5, if you want to call in the show, it couldn't be easier. All you need to do is go down into the description. The link for the Discord is there. Click it, join the Discord, record a voicemail, drop it in the voice memos channel, and you'll be featured live on 104.5 Radio MCT. But keep it clean, you little weasel, or else you're getting a backhand. Right, let's read a couple more messages, and then we'll get into the first calls from the day. Mino TV's knocking boots. Good to see you, brother. Just joined the live stream, so what do we think will happen on the third, boys? Mino, we were talking about it before. I need to always reiterate this when it comes to the earnings calls. I personally don't think anything's going to happen during the earnings calls. It's before the earnings calls that everyone needs to take notice of, or on the day of the earnings call. Because again, I sound like a broken record, but you look at the track record. Grand Theft Auto 6 was announced before an earnings call. Trailer 1. Sorry, hold on a sec. The announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6 and the announcement of the trailer was coming. That came before the November earnings call. The first delay and trailer 2 came before an earnings call. The second delay came on the day of the earnings call, 15 minutes before the earnings call. It's clear that everything that Rockstar Games drop around Grand Theft Auto 6, anything worthwhile that drops around Grand Theft Auto 6, drops either before or on the day of an earnings call. So it's not the earnings call itself that everyone's looking forward to. It's the possibility that we could get something. We could get anything. Also, 2 more things. This is the first earnings call of 2026. I will remind everyone that the earnings call that we're going to get in February next month doesn't actually cover the month of November when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. So technically, they're not going to be sat there going, well, we expect to make this much money in November and this much money in December, because that's not part of the fiscal year. I'm not a tax accountant, so I don't know bullshit about it. All I know is that February does not cover November. So technically, they don't have to give us any big things around Grand Theft Auto 6, but you look at the track record, they normally drop things on the day of or before the earnings call. So that's why everyone's looking forward to February. Right, let's read a couple more and then we'll get into these goddamn voicemails. Checks over stripes, that's what I like. If somebody don't like MCT, they don't like themselves. Oh, you're talking shit. Who doesn't like MCT here? Who's getting a swift headbutt? Rodbon713, never said that name before in my entire fucking life. Kenneth.
It's showtime!
Appreciate it, Big Stepper. MCT, have you heard of Hell Let Loose Vietnam? I'm hoping it comes out before Grand Theft Auto 6 just to have something to play in the summer. Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Nope, I ain't got a clue. Hell Let Loose Vietnam. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say it's something to do with either zombies, horror, set in wartime Vietnam. Am I on the money there, Rod Bomb? You let me know. And then finally, let's finish with, where are we here? VC Jester. Knocking about, hey MCT, who do you think the main villain of Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be? VC, there's 2 options. It's either going to be the cop that we don't have a character bio for yet, or it's going to be someone that we haven't seen yet in the trailers or the character bios, and I'm hoping for the latter. I hope that the main antagonist, the main villain of Grand Theft Auto 6, we haven't seen yet. I wanted to keep it a surprise. I want this villain to be an absolute piece of shit. Unfortunately, I do think it's going to basically be either a big smoke turn with Brian. I think Raul Batista could end up being a snake, or it is just going to be the cop and it's going to be the feds and they're going to be the main antagonists. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we have some like weird Russian, Colombian drug dealers that want us dead. I hope they're the main villains, but again, I suppose we'll figure it out closer to the time. Right, team. It is now time to jump into the voicemails that you lot have been sending. So if we unmute the Discord, there we go. And now I know that I can chapter it for 48 minutes into this bitch. And we can get things rolling. Right, okay, so let's start off with Cal. 46 seconds long, Cal, take it away.
Hey, MCT, I don't normally theorize often, but I was wondering what you think of my theory about when the GTA 6 third trailer could come out. May 26th, 2026, because that was the original delay, that first delay. It was going to come out May 26th, right? So what if Rockstar, like, for once in their lives, they're like, okay, we'll throw you as a bone, but we've had to delay it again. We'll give you the trailer 3 on the day you should have gotten GTA 6 before our second delay. Like, I know you can't really judge Rockstar for anything at this point, like, that's one thing this hype cycle has told us, but I just wanted to know what you think of my theory. I say theory, it's a guess of a date. See you, MZT. Have a good one.
Nice message, brother. I appreciate it. If I was Rockstar, and I don't know how anyone else feels about this, so you're more than welcome to answer it in the chat, but if I was Rockstar Games, I don't know about any of you, but I would stay clear of May 26, 2026. Do you want to know why I'd stay clear? You want to know why I would stay fucking clear of May 26, 2026? Because you are just going to remind everyone of the second delay. So no, Carl, if I were Rockstar Games, I wouldn't drop jack shit on May 26th. I'd drop something before it to get like the positivity flowing, because if we do get to May 26th and nothing's dropped, everyone on May 26th is going to be, this is the anniversary that we should have got Grand Theft Auto 6, and everyone will be looking at it and going, oh shit, we still haven't got trailer 3, there's been no news. We could be getting another delay. So I think that we are going to get something before May 26, 2026. But to answer your question, Carl, I would stay fucking clear of May 26th. In fact, you've got me intrigued now. Let me quickly bring up the calendar and see what day May 26th is. May 26th is Tuesday. Ah, fucking hell. They could drop... No. No, not a chance. I swear to fucking Christ. If I'm sat there on May 26th and they drop trailer 3, I'm going to see it as you fucking pricks. You lot are pricks. Not you, friend brothers. I'm talking about Rockstar Games. You man are pricks. Can you imagine the fucking audacity? The absolute audacity to tell us that we're going to get the fucking game on May 20th. You know what? I've changed my mind, Cal. I've changed my mind. Fucking drop it. It'd be the ultimate troll. That, to me, would be the ultimate troll. You've told people that it was coming in 2025. You pushed it to May 26, 2026. And then it turns out that was when we were getting trailer 3. We weren't getting the game on May 26. We were getting the third trailer on May 26. Oh, fucking hell. For the ultimate troll factor, I take back everything I said. Rockstar, do it. You know what? Just do it. What else can you possibly do to us? Yeah, Carl, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Tuesday, May 26, 2026. I am now officially really, really worried about that date. Right, next up we got Vice City Baby Daddy, who has actually dropped 3 in a row. We got a 39 second, a 56 second, and a 55 second. So, Vice City Baby Daddy, take it away, Big Stepper.
Yo, MCT. This isn't a question, just more of a statement. I don't care what y'all haters say. Avatar is a good-ass franchise, and I will die alone on that hill if I have to. Y'all can have y'all big budget, slop, all that, but James Cameron is a true visionary. And I will be there alone if I have to for Avatar 4 and 5, because god damn it do I want to see him conclude the Pandoran saga. So, one more time, screw all the haters, y'all can kiss my ass.
Y'all can kiss my cheeks. I love how he's coming in throwing digs at people who aren't saying shit. Oh, Vice City, baby daddy, fair play, brother. Defend your corner. I don't remember anyone talking shit about Avatar. If someone's been talking shit about Avatar, I've completely missed it. If that's gone down in the Discord, I've completely missed that. No, look, I watched Avatar, the first Avatar, like 1,000 years ago, man. I got to admit, it was actually me, and for everyone that's been rocking around in the Discord, it was actually me and Chris, one of our main moderators. Shout out Chris every single time. Biggest squishers. We actually watched Avatar for the first time. I think we got it on DVD back in the day. Fucking DVD back in the day, man. I sound like I'm on my unk shit right now. I'm getting old. I'm going to knock the dust off this shit. All of a sudden, I've just applied for my OAP bus pass. But we'd watched Avatar, and it was like it had been out for, well, it must have been out for months, because obviously we got it on DVD, and the hype was unbelievable. Everyone was saying, you have to watch this film, it's groundbreaking, it changes cinema forever, the visuals are unbelievable, the story, everything. And unfortunately, I set the bar far too high for Avatar, far too high. I remember finishing it, and I can't really remember what Chris said about it, but I was just like, man, that is not what I was expecting at all. I don't really know. It was that long ago. I don't really remember what I was expecting, but I remember ending the film being like, really? That was it? So, yeah, for me, I've never been a huge Avatar fan. I need to go and watch. I basically need to give the first film its respect, and I need to go back and watch it again with fresh eyes. So if I'm ever going to go back and watch the Avatar films, I'm not going to start from number 2. I'm going to start from number 1 and just go through number 1 again. There's a chance that I might absolutely love the franchise. You know, obviously it's made billions and billions. And, you know, it's Cameron. You know, name me a bad film of him. I don't think you can. But I do know there are people out there that do think that Avatar is very overrated. But I don't know. I need to go back personally and watch the first Avatar, and then roll on to the second and the third ones before it's too late. Am I right in saying there's still 2 more coming out? Is there a second up? Go again, brother.
Yo, MCT, what's your hottest hot take of 2025? My hot take that's probably going to get me canceled. I think Sinners is the most painfully overrated movie of the last year. Like,
oh, you piece of shit, you better not spoil this for me, because I've not watched it yet.
How are they going to market that movie as a vampire horror movie, and yet you get maybe 15-20 minutes max of actual vampire action?
If he spoils this for me, I'm going to find him.
The trailers and the premise straight up lied, and I felt insulted as a viewer.
You piece of shit, I can't keep listening to this because you're spoiling a film for me that I actually want to go watch. No joke, man. It's been on Now TV. It's been free to watch for like a month, and every time I hover it over it, I'm like, right, I'll watch it tonight. And we didn't get round to doing. So me and Mrs. MCT do really want to sit down and watch that film. So Vice City Baby Daddy, you know that I love you, but I'm not playing any more of that message because you are fucking ruining that film for me right now, brother. We got one more to play from Vice City Baby Daddy, and then we've also got one from Legal Theft and one from Checks Over Stripes. I want to quickly ask a question to the friend brothers that are in the chat right now. Who is Legal Theft? Because I've never seen that name before, either in the chat or on the Discord or on the channel before. So I just want to make sure I know who that is before I click play on it. It's 33 seconds long, so I'm assuming it's legit, but I just want to make sure it's no dodgy shit. So, Vice City Baby Daddy, we got one more from you. But, oh, Upper Robin, Legal Theft, is that you? Oh, sweet, we'll play that all day. Right, Vice City Baby Daddy, 55 seconds long. Take it away, big cheese.
Yo, MCT, this is going to be my last voice message for the day. So I have to say in all honesty.
Better be as well, you fucking mug.
Pon Pon Shit by Us Cracks from Cyberpunk is the greatest song in the game, and you all cannot tell me otherwise.
Nice voice break. Wait, we gotta go back.
Cracks from Cyberpunk is the greatest song in the game, and you all cannot tell me otherwise.
No way. You can literally, it's the fucking Simpsons meme, innit? You can literally tell when his heart breaks. If you listen carefully, you can literally tell when his voice cracks. Wait. Wait for it.
Cracks from Cyberpunk is the greatest song in the game, and you all cannot tell me otherwise. That song fills my soul with so much joy and
oh man, why is that so funny?
Happiness that words can't even describe. And it's just a great song to listen to in general. Like, I be at the gym doing my reps, and when
Honey water, brother. You need some hot water and honey. You'll sort that voice crack right out.
I just want to quit, I literally be blasting that song just to give me that extra motivation. When they said, popo shit, popo shit, popo shit, gives me the strength to continue on. So, man, did those developers cook with that song. Oh, chef's kiss. Best song in the game. Nobody could tell me otherwise. Your opinion is invalid. Good night.
You gotta love him. He gets passionate about his opinions, doesn't he? Vice City Baby Daddy, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. Vice City Baby Daddy, the one thing I will say is I don't agree with you. I do have a massive soft spot for the song Night City. Fucking hell, man. I remember I was already a fan of the radio stations in Cyberpunk for like the first couple of hours. And when I heard Night City come through, that was it, man. I was addicted to that song for like a month straight. I was listening to it everywhere I went. So that's my personal favourite in Cyberpunk, but we can agree to disagree. Right, team, just 2 seconds. Let me come to chat here. I want to make sure that you lot know that I'm not ignoring you. Again, for all the new friend brothers that are knocking about and you've just jumped in, we are currently going through all the calls that we got through in regards to 104.5, so I'm not ignoring the chat. We do come back to the chat. So, Maverick 1995 has said, let's get amongst it. Do you think we will be able to lift trucks and put bigger tyres on them in Grand Theft Auto 6? I think we will, Maverick. I don't know why. I just think the level of detail and the level of customization in Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to tick the majority of boxes for everyone. We've been asked that a few times. Like, is there a chance that we're going to be able to like customize like trucks and shit? And while for me, it's not a massive deal. Like, it's at the end of the day, I'm not really that bothered if we can't, but I've just got a feeling that customization is not going to let anyone down. It's not going to disappoint anyone. Because the thing is, do you know what I see it as? When you look at Grand Theft Auto 4, they took a step back with the customization. In Grand Theft Auto 4, you couldn't really customize Nico too well. In regards to the vehicles and stuff, I can't remember how well you could customize vehicles. They completely changed it in Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 was a huge step up. Then you look at Red Dead Redemption 2. The detail in customization in Red Dead Redemption 2, they didn't have to do it that well. They didn't have to, you know, like when it gets to the point where you can shave Arthur's face, but you don't have to, you don't need to just like give him a clean shave. Like, you can actually edit the parts of his face that you're shaving. Like, you don't need to add that shit into it, but yet they did too. I think it's clear that Rockstar Games understands that a lot of people, when they play the video games, they want that level of customization. So I understand, like, it's not the same argument in between shaving Arthur's goddamn face and being able to customize trucks and shit, but I just think that we are going to get a heavy step up from customization. So to answer your question, brother, yes, I think we are going to. Where are we? I'll read a couple more messages out because we've got 2 more voicemails to get through from Legal Theft and Checks Over Stripes. That's what I like. Vicig knocking about. Good to see you, Vicig. MCT, how's it going? Big cheese. Missed being on your streams. Schedule hasn't been cooperative lately. I'm still at the airport about to go home, but tuned in for the ride home. Oh man, I hope you had a good Christmas and a good New Year's. I hope you weren't working too much over Christmas and New Year's, because I'm assuming obviously it's no days off for you in regards to your job. I bet you were jetting all over the world on New Year's, weren't you? Well, regardless, brother, I hope you're doing well. Right, team, let's get back to it. Legal Theft, 33 seconds. Don't disappoint me, brother. And go.
How's it going, Michael C. Tannen? It's
fucking hell, man. Turn your fucking microphone down.
Upper Robin from the chat.
I'm only joking.
I had a theory that Lucia, you know how she starts off in jail and then she gets released and then has the ankle monitor. What if she actually saws off the ankle monitor and then that's how she ditches it? And then she just has 1 foot for the rest of the story mode. That's about it.
The funny thing is, just before you finish that message, I was actually going to crack the joke and be like, screw it. I'd go further. Don't chop the ankle monitor off. Chop the ankle off. Like, literally make her, literally amputate the bitch. What's your theories? Is there a chance that Lucia could take her own ankle completely off the bone to get rid of that ankle monitor? Well, that definitely would put a stopper in her being an undercover Fed. the ankle monitor thing, man. I know obviously you're taking a piss legal theft, but it does bring up that conversation that we're going around in 2025 when I think it was, am I right in saying it was Game Roll that dropped the information that he'd been given from a source saying that unfortunately the ankle monitor isn't going to play that much of a big role in the story as we were hoping or we wanted or we theorized. Now that's a shame for me personally. I really, really would like them to use the ankle monitor to an absolute peak level. You know, make it so Lucia can't get to certain parts of the map. I mean, it is that thing, like the thing when people were theorizing it when the artwork first released, everyone was like, oh, that's going to stop us getting to certain parts of the map. And, you know, there was a little thing in the back of my mind that was like, right, but what about Jason? Like, doesn't mean that Jason can't go up to the Northern Territory if Lucia can't. Like what's the, if they're going to block off the map through Lucia having this ankle monitor, what they're going to do for Jason? So I suppose it's a two-way street in regards to that argument, but I just... The first official artwork they gave us, she was wearing the ankle monitor. Now, I might be an absolute clown for reading into it too much, but surely that means something, right? They wouldn't have her wearing the ankle monitor if it didn't mean something. The only other option is they're complete trolls and they know exactly what they're doing and they know that people will theorize the absolute hell out of it. So who knows, maybe it's just that. But hopefully when it comes to that bastard ankle monitor, even if it only does implicate the first chapter, like apparently the information that Game Roll got, at least make it be like worth something. Even if it does just limit Lucia to certain parts of the map for the first chapter, I'll take it. But make it mean something. Right, checks over stripes with the short one, 13 seconds. Take it away, brother.
MCT's the best GTA YouTuber, hands down. If you don't like it, you don't like your motherfucking self. Have a good day.
That is the greatest message I've ever received on the voicemails. Oh, I will play it again.
MCT's the best GTA YouTuber, hands down. If you don't like it, you don't like your motherfucking self. Have a good day.
That is fucking brilliant. I didn't pay him to do that, by the way. I swear to God. I have not paid him to do that at all. Oh, man, that is class. That's one of the best messages I've actually heard. Oh, my God. No joke, that literally did sound like a radio station cut, like a GTA radio station calling. We'll go one more time.
MCT's the best GTA YouTuber, hands down. If you don't like it, you don't like your motherfucking self. Have a good day.
That is fucking class. Oh man, you have honestly put a huge smile on my face. Checks over stripes. I'm not gonna lie, I needed to hear that shit. That is so good. Oh, it's brilliant. Right, and then I've just seen that we've got one more from Hellison. Hellison must have recorded this in the last couple of minutes. So Hellison, 53 seconds long. Take it away, Big Cheese.
Hey MCT. I just wanted to get your thoughts on trailer 2, that opening sequence where you see Jason driving around Vice City. I know Rockstar said half of that trailer was gameplay, but do you think that first sequence where he's driving around and you see all those events happening in the world, do you think that part is gameplay, or do you think it's just part of the opening cutscene? And then another question I had is regarding customization.
Hold on, Hellison. Let me just go back a sec. I just want to read. I want to listen to that first bit again.
On Vice City, I know Rockstar said half of that trailer was gameplay, but do you think that first sequence where he's driving around and you see all those events happening in the world, do you think that part is gameplay, or do you think it's just part of the opening cutscene? And then another question I had is regarding customization. I was just playing through Saints Row 2 on PC the other day, and it blows my mind how a game that old can have that much customization where you're basically starting from zero and you're working your way up. You buy a penthouse, you can customize it. You think Grand Theft Auto 6 will have that same level of customization where you start off from nothing and then you end up buying a mansion, being able to customize it and so forth?
Hellison, so I'll answer the... Oh, I'm trying to think. I'll have to do this now. So I'll answer the first question and then do the second question. So the first question, the whole thing... So I think a lot of people have kind of theorised what went down in that opening from Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 2. So Jason's obviously on the roof, the leak comment, Brian shows up. I think all that's cutscene. And then I think a lot of people are pretty much singing off the same hymn sheet. When Jason walks into his house, that is the transition from cutscene to story mode. So that definitely warps into gameplay. The next scene that you get from that is Jason in the car driving down. Now, there's one thing to me that does speak out that could be gameplay. The very limited movement in his face while he's driving. Now, I might be deep in the absolute shit out of this, but when it comes to motion capture, when you're recording a cutscene or whatever, I feel as though you'd have a bit more... I don't know what it is. It's just, I feel as though you'd have a bit more... something going on, like a few more like facial features, whatever. The only thing I remember him doing is he smiles very, very slightly when that woman says, "Hey, Jason." So, to me, I think that might be gameplay. I could be wrong, but that might be gameplay. I think it did get confirmed that when he's walking through the store, that is gameplay. So, do you know when we get where we only get like the 5 seconds of it, where we only see the bag in his legs walking through and he walks past the woman and the bum is outside the shop on the street? Apparently, that is gameplay. And I'm trying to think of what the other one was. So, do you know when he slaps that guy? I think that's gameplay because, again, it's the very limited facial... It's the limited movement in the face. Like, he slaps him, and it's almost as if like he's stiff-faced. Like, there's no real reaction on Jason's face when he slaps him. Whereas if there was an actor doing a cut scene and he is motion capturing that, I think there's more animation in his face. Again, I could be deep in that shit. I could be dead wrong. But to answer your question, Hellison, I've gone a long way about it. But to answer your question, I think the majority of that, before he goes to pick up Lucia, is probably gameplay. I think when he's bench pressing, that's gameplay. When he's driving and he's seeing the police arrest those guys, I think that's gameplay. And then I think when he goes to pick up Lucia, I think that's when you go into the cutscenes. But again, even still, some of the other stuff obviously is gameplay because they did say that it was 50-50. But yeah, that first bit where it's just Jason, I think those scenes themselves, the majority of that is gameplay. But again, man, I could be dead wrong. Right, team, that's it for the voicemails. There's no new voicemails to get into, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize Discord right now. I'm going to mute that bitch. Right, so, like I said, if anyone wants to get their golden pipes on 104.5, all you need to do is go down into the description, click the link for the Discord, record your voicemail, drop it into the voice memo section, and you will be featured live on 104.5 Radio MCT. Right, friend brothers, you are going to be kicking it with MCT for about another hour or so. I know normally we go for about 3 hours today, but I have got a massive migraine. So we're going to push this bitch for another hour. We're going to get amongst it. But if you lot can just give me 60 seconds, and I'll be right back.
The video game of the year.
Roger that, Bravo Sierra. We've got some insurgents killing orphans, and they've got some nerve toxin and a nuke and a random flashback level in which JFK and Castro duke it out on the moon.
Righteous Slaughter 7.
Copy that, Red Leader. Call in the airstrike.
Righteous Slaughter 7. The realistic art of contemporary killing.
How do you kill?
Rated PG. Pretty much the same as the last game.
On that journey to the top, you probably had to make a few sacrifices, including long-term friendships. But in Los Santos, perception is everything, and anything can be bought. You need to make a splash at social occasions and fill your fancy new house with tons of friends. If it's a glamorous occasion, we'll provide models and movie stars. If it's a business function, we'll bring along oligarchs and senior executives. Perhaps you want something a little funkier. We've got Mirror Park hipsters for hire so you can slip on your skinny jeans and show your alternative side. People of different ethnicities and sexual preferences will mingle and make you look good instead of the desperate, close-minded guy you are. Call Appropriate Associates today.
Right, fam, J-Dog, get that music playing. Big cheese, appreciate it. Let's get something pumping here. Where are we here? Let's go. Ocean View's a bit too quiet. Body double. Let's go body double. Right. Just give me about 60... Well, it's less than 60 seconds. I just need to go and turn the heating on in the studio. So it'll be less than 60 seconds. I'll be right back. Jason, turn that shit up. fair cop. I had a piss break as well. Fair cop, you caught me red-handed. I had a piss break as well. To be fair though, this tune, absolutely ridiculous. Right, let's get amongst it. What are you lot saying? Where are we? Let me try and catch up here. Where are we? Amazon to the guy porting Saints Row 2 to PC died of cancer midway through development. Saints Row is the most unfortunate franchise in gaming. Oh man, that's a shame. Fucking hell, I didn't know that. What? I didn't even know that was a project. What, someone? Oh, man. Fucking hell, I didn't know that shit at all. Amazon to... Jesus. R.I.P., brother. R.I.P. Right. Cybernetic, the beginning of the trailer does not mean that it is the start of the game. I think where we see the plane drive past that might be the beginning of the game. What, you know about the how trailer 1 started with Lucia in prison? Yeah, it's... I think it's a logical starting point because, again, you got to look at it. Trailer 1 and Trailer 2 both pretty much start the story out with Lucia in prison, don't they? Like, obviously, Trailer 1 starts out with her physically in the pen, and Jason starts out with going to get Lucia from prison. There's some theories out there that maybe Lucia doesn't actually start in prison. I think there's a chance that maybe that could be something of sort of like a North Yankton thing that we got in Grand Theft Auto 5, where the game might start out with Lucia not being in prison, but we start out with the mission that fucks up, that puts her in prison. I don't think it's going to be that weird thing where, like, the first half of the game we play normally and then Lucia ends up in prison. It's like, oh, gotcha, you all thought she was going to start in prison, because it's like, what? Like, what would the point in that? That would only make sense if Jason was the reason she goes to prison, but Jason goes and picks her up. So I can't see that being a thing. Old McDonald, yes, MCT, hope you're well. Sorry if you've discussed it. Why do you think we'll get an update in February? Also, out of curiosity, off topic, do you do the Fantasy Premier League stuff at all? Yeah, I do. I've been in a group chat with a group of my best friends for about 2 years now, and we do FPL. I'm currently sucking ass though on FPL, man. Let me bring up FPL quickly. Where are we? I'll tell you where I am. In a league of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, I'm currently 4th. I mean, I'm not too many points off first. It is quite tight, but yeah, man, I'm sucking ass. I've had a bad couple of weeks. And then what was the first question? Why do you think we'll get an update in February? All right, okay. So the earnings call is scheduled for February the 3rd. And I have been saying to people ever since we started the live stream today, I don't expect anything to happen during the earnings call. It's before the earnings call and on the day of the earnings call that you all need to keep your eyes out for. Because two things. It's the first earnings call of 2026. And yes, I know that Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out in November and the fiscal year that they are going to cover in February doesn't cover the November. I completely get that. But if you go back and look at the track record of Rockstar, they always drop things, whether it's the announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6, the announcement of Trailer 1, delays, Trailer 2, the second delay, it all comes before or on the day of an earnings call. So if you are hoping that you are going to get anything in the next 3 months around Grand Theft Auto 6, there's a strong chance that it could come either on Tuesday the February the 3rd or the week before. I'm hedging my bets on probably being it literally on the day of February the 3rd. I don't think we'll get anything in January. That's well too early, man. And even if we do, I'm not saying we're going to get Trailer 3. I think it'll be like screenshots or new artwork. Because you got to remember, man, like a lot of people are kind of hovering around, oh, we won't get anything till May, June or July now because Trailer 3, there's no way Trailer 3 is going to drop that early. And I agree with that. But look at what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5. They gave you like artwork and screenshots before Trailer 3 came. So there's a chance that you could get it again. There's every chance we could get the official game artwork in February. You don't know, do you? But again, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Trip Tank, is him picking her up from prison how they meet? I don't know, Trip Tank. I'll let you know in 11 months when I play the game, brother. If you, Trip Tank, if you can hold out for 11 months and then when the game drops, don't play it and let me play it, I'll answer that question on the first live stream we do after Grand Theft Auto 6. Have we got a deal there? Can Can I give you a gentleman's agreement? Can we shake hands on that right now? So we're all agreeing right now. You've all witnessed it. Everyone in the chat has just witnessed you right now agree to the fact that you're not going to play Grand Theft Auto 6 when it comes out. You're going to wait for me to play it, and then I'm going to tell you if Jason meets Lucia for the first time while he's picking her up. Nah, if you just go for the trailer alone, man, surely they must know each other, because she stands there and smiles at him. She knows who he is, and he knows who she is. So, nah, I think they definitely know each other. My theory's been for a long time. Legacy Killer HD, I think it weren't even in 2025, man. This is how long we've been waiting for this game. I think it was in 2024. Legacy Killer HD either put out a tweet or a YouTube video. I think it were a tweet saying that he'd heard a bunch of stuff, and one of the things was that the game started out with an airplane mission and drug dealers, and it involved being near the beach. And they got, I think it was, what's the term? I think they got struck by Take the Piss Interactive. So then basically everyone looked at him and was like, holy shit, he must have got it right. He must have got it bang on, because they wouldn't be striking it if it was bollocks. So I look at that and go, right, well, what are the scenes that we've had from trailer 2? We literally have Lucia fighting someone in an airplane. Not only that, there were them rumours going around in 2025 that Lucia at some point infiltrates a bodybuilding gang. So the game, I think personally, is going to start out with the mission that gets Lucia caught. I think Lucia is going to end up in that plane. And look, this is all just theory work, so I could be talking absolute bollocks, but this is where my head's going with everything that we've had with the rumours and the trailers. My head is at, we start the game out where Lucia has infiltrated this bodybuilding gang, and her and Lucia, and maybe even Raul and the crew, are trying to infiltrate this bodybuilding gang for money or whatever. They end up on this aircraft, and Lucia at some point has to jump out the aircraft, and when she lands, that's when she gets arrested, and that's why she's the only one that gets arrested, because she's the only one that ended up on the aircraft. So I think there's going to be a part where Lucia's in the aircraft fighting people, Jason's going to be down on the ground on a bike, and he's going to be like weaving through traffic and stuff. That's going to be introduction to Grand Theft Auto 6. And as I'm saying this right now, Take the Piss Interactive are probably going to strike this live stream, because I'm calling it bang on the nose. This is spoilers for Grand Theft Auto 6, by the way. Lucy, you're going to do flip-flop between Jason and Lucia. She's in the aircraft fighting people. Jason's going to be down on the ground with a bike, and then Lucia's going to jump out, obviously with a parachute, and the police are obviously going to see that Lucia is landing in a parachute, so they go and arrest her, whereas Jason gets off. I think that's how it's going to go. I could be wrong. I could be so wrong. A lot of people do theorize that we're actually going to start Grand Theft Auto 6 in the penitentiary. I don't really... I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I don't rock with that theory as much as a lot of other people do, for a couple of reasons. But the main reason for me is, if we start Grand Theft Auto 6 out in the penitentiary, how limiting is that for an introduction? Like, you look at Grand Theft Auto 5, we literally got chucked in the deep end. We got chucked into Grand Theft Auto 5 as we were involved in a mission. Red Dead Redemption 2, the last IP that Rockstar Games gave us, the introduction was literally wading through the snow, and then we end up in that mission where we go and we shoot the bandits that are in the house. Unless I've got it wrong. No, I'm sure that's the introduction mission. That is the intro mission, isn't it? Yeah, that is the intro mission. So I don't see how Grand Theft Auto 6 could kick off with Lucia in the penitentiary, because you're kind of like, well, you're just going to be limited to how you're going to introduce us playing the game. Like, does that make sense? Like, you're not going to be able to teach us stealth and stuff in the pen unless she's like lurking around the kitchen trying to nick a bit of bread. So Grand Theft Auto 5, you literally introduced us while we were doing a heist in North Yankton, and Grand Theft Auto 6 kicks off with Lucia nicking some kitchen utensils. Like, I don't see it. The only thing I do see is maybe it starts out cutscene heavy with Lucia in the pen. Jason picks her up, and then we start out where Jason is driving Lucia away from the penitentiary, and he's like introducing her and stuff. But again, that makes no sense. I think we're going to get thrown in the deep end. I think we're going to be right in the middle of a mission, and it makes sense where that mission is how Lucia ends up in the penitentiary. Again, man, I'll come back to the chat in a sec. I can see there's a shitload of messages to read out, and we'll get to them. But I do look at how GTA 5 was set up. GTA 5 was set up where we start out in the North Yankton mission. The North Yankton mission kind of goes to shit. Brad gets shot when it was supposed to be Trevor. Trevor then hightails it. Obviously, Michael fakes being shot. And then, what is it? X amount of years later, we start out with Michael in Dr. Friedlander's office. And then we get the introduction of Franklin. And it's all kind of chaotic, and then it just slows down. And we get brought into the story. And I think that's going to be the exact same thing with Grand Theft Auto 6. I think we're going to start out chaotic. We're going to start out with a mission that lands Lucia into getting arrested. And then it's going to be like 1 year later or something. And it's going to be either Lucia's in the pen or Jason's going to pick her up. I think it's going to be that thing. Do you know when Brian pulls up to Jason's gaff? And this is where people are going to point out, oh, well, Jason's got longer hair when Brian pulls up, where he's got short hair when he picks up Lucia. That doesn't mean shit. For all we know, that Rockstar Games could have just changed Jason's haircut when he goes and picks up Lucia to throw you off the scent. My personal theory is, when Brian rocks up, Brian does mention, when's your girl getting out of prison? And Jason goes, I'm going to go and pick her up later on. Because again, look at the weather. The sun is starting to set when Jason goes to pick up Lucia, so it's later on. So I think Jason has a full day of doing all his work for Brian, and then he ends the day by going and picking up Lucia. But again, who knows? We'll figure it out in 10 months' time, won't we? Right, let's have a gander here. What are you lot saying? Amazanta, I think they'll be making a parody of the bodybuilding gang from real life. The one from the Michael Bay Pain and Gang movie. Fucking hell, man. You mean Pain and Gain movie? Pain and Gain. Man, what a film that is. Pain and Gain has no right to be as good as it was. It's brilliant. If you want to watch a film that you don't need to take that seriously, but you feel like you should, definitely watch Pain and Gain. It's a shame, really, because it's based on a true story, and the true story is actually quite a horrible story. But Pain and Gain, man, really, really good film. Really good. Upper Robin sounds too much like something from Grand Theft Auto 5 or Fast and Furious. Upper Robin, what have we been told for the past 2 years with Grand Theft Auto 6? What is one of the biggest influences for Grand Theft Auto 6? Fast and Furious. So if you're sat there saying that it sounds too much like Grand Theft Auto 5 or Fast and Furious, that means I'm onto something. If you're thinking that sounds like Fast and Furious, then I must be onto something. Because if they're taking huge inspiration from Fast and Furious, I must be on the right tracks. Oh, man. Right, let's have a gander here. What are we saying? Amazanta, Rockstar Games love cold openings because they're more cinematic, I think. Cold openings? Oh, what, you mean the cold? Oh, yeah, so Northampton. Yeah, I saw this a while ago. It was making the rounds on Twitter and Reddit, weren't it? That the past 2 Rockstar games have been set. The introductions have been set in the snow. Northampton in the snow, and obviously Red Dead Redemption 2 in the snow. So a lot of people were kind of like theorizing, oh, well, is it going to snow in Leonida? Is it going to snow in Vice City? How's that going to work? Well, for all we know, if they do like doing shit like that, they could set the opening in Liberty City. But then that my theory of the game starting out with the mission that puts Lucia in the pen is complete hogwash. Because if Lucia gets arrested in Liberty City, why wouldn't she just go to the prison in Liberty City? Why would she get fed? Why would she get sent all the way down to Leonida? For anyone in America, because I don't know how the prison system works, is there a chance that Lucia could get arrested and get sent to prison in Liberty City, but get transferred to Leonida? Like, would it be... Could she ask for a transfer to get put down to Leonida? And what would the circumstances be? Or could it be that she gets moved to Leonida, so Jason has to go to Leonida? Because going off the character bios, Jason already lives in Leonida. So how would he know Lucia unless Jason... See, we're deep in it too much now. But unless Jason travelled to Liberty City to do some work, he met Lucia, you know, they got amongst it, you know, they enjoyed the time together, and then they enjoyed the time together. And then Lucia gets arrested, gets put in a penitentiary somewhere around Liberty City. She gets then shit-canned and moved over to Leonida because that's where Jason lives. So when she gets picked up, that's why they both look at each other like, ha 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 ha, last time I saw you was in Liberty City. I don't know. That's a theory for you. You can have that one for free. You can dissect that if you want. Sounds like a bit of a shit theory to me. Space Text, that barbecue scene in Pain and Gain had me cracking up. Oh man, what, where it pops up and says that this is still a true story? Fucking hell. It's a little bit harrowing that at some point they were actually being pricks in real life, doing that to someone. And yet we now watch a Hollywood film and we kind of like glamorize what they did. Bit horrible to think like that, but yeah, SpaceX. I remember when I first watched Pain and Gain, I was like, man, I was expecting it to be one of those typical popcorn, chewing gum, bubblegum films where you can switch off just for an hour and a half. It's a Mark Wahlberg comedy film. It's whatever. Brilliant, man. Really good. Thomas A. Official. I don't think I've ever said that name before in my entire goddamn life. And he's already asking me about subscribers. Ken, do you think...
It's showtime!
Since when did you reach 15,000 subscribers? I feel like he's beefing with me. I feel like he said that with a bit of a tone in his voice. Oi, Thomas, you watch your fucking bass in your voice when you're talking to me, you little rat. I genuinely feel like I've been accosted here. Is that the term? I feel like a chav's just walked up to him like, oi, since when did you reach 15,000 subscribers, you fucking mug? I think we hit it. When did we hit it? We actually got asked this on Monday. I think we hit it over the weekend. Or was it Monday? I think we hit it just before we went live. No. When was it? Tuesday, Monday. We hit it over the weekend. Yeah, we hit it over the weekend. Thomas, I was saying this on Monday's live stream. It was pissing me off, man. Because it's been a milestone of mine for a bit now to get to 15,000. And we hit 14,000 like last month. And I feel like I've been stuck on 14k for ages. And when I finally hit it, it was relief, but it was more like, you know, took your time. Like, thank God. So yeah, 15,000. We're going to be at 1 million next week, aren't we? The way we're going. Fucking flying, man. And again, I'll say it every time. I can't say thank you enough to all you lot. I'll kiss ass as much as I want. If it weren't for you lot, we wouldn't be where we are right now. So I appreciate you all. Right, D-Man with a 5. Appreciate you, D-Man. I'm at work, but I heard you say that you're playing Sleeping Dogs. I'd love to see you do Let's Plays. You are very fun to watch. Oh, D-Man, appreciate that, big stepper. I am thinking of well, I'm not thinking. It is coming. I am definitely going to do a review of Sleeping Dogs without a doubt. Just because for 2025, the big running joke on 104.5 was everyone asking, have you played Sleeping Dogs yet? Or when are you getting Sleeping Dogs? I spent... No joke, man. I don't mind admitting this at all. I spent all day yesterday playing Sleeping Dogs. Like, literally no joke. I didn't do anything else. No, scratch that, alive. I made dinner and I watched Fallout. I watched the latest episode of Fallout yesterday, which would have been episode 3 because the new episode of Fallout didn't come out until today. So, yesterday, for the majority of my day, all I did was play Sleeping Dogs. Fucking, that game is class, man. It's so good. So, I'm making my way through it. So, once I finish it, I'm going to go back and play it through again. I'm going to record the B-roll and stuff. I think I'm planning on, at the moment, I'm thinking on doing a critique of GTA Vice City. Just why we've not got any real like information like Grand Theft Auto 6 and stuff. There's no films I really want to review. There's no TV series I really want to review. So if anyone's got any suggestions, you're more than welcome to drop them in the chat. But at the moment, I am planning on doing like a bit of a critique of GTA Vice City, and then like a week after I might do San Andreas. That gives me about 2 weeks to finish Sleeping Dogs in the meantime, and then I can do a good review and a good critique of Sleeping Dogs. And then we might, honestly man, we might just do like a bunch of review videos for the next couple of months until we get some GTA 6 news. But yeah, all good things in the pipeline. And then we'll carry on because we got D-Man with the 10. Fucking hell, drops 5 and then drops 10. Brother, I can't say thank you enough. That is generous.
It's showtime!
Yes, that's awesome. Yes!
Yeah! Come on, yeah!
Also, food for thought, what if in the mission where Lucia gets arrested, that's the tutorial level, just like in Grand Theft Auto 5. We're robbing the bank is the tutorial level. By the way, I hate character limits for donos. Me and you both, brother. I think if you send a donation, at least if you're going to limit the characters, you should be able to get more characters in a message. That's one thing YouTube do need to do. I completely agree, D-Man. Completely agree. What are we going to say? What are we saying here? Lucy gets arrested. That's the tutorial level, just like in Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, D-Man, yeah, 100%. I completely agree. That's... I know that my theory's a little out there in regards to Lucia being on the plane and Jason being down on the ground on the bike and stuff. But I still think Grand Theft Auto 6 are going to keep with the formula of the intro mission will be the tutorial. I think they know that it works 100%. Is there a chance that maybe it might be a bit more slow paced like Red Dead Redemption's was? I don't know, because obviously you look at the setting of Red Dead Redemption, a slow paced intro makes more sense, especially in the heavy snow. If you're going to have the intro and it's not going to be in heavy snow, then it might have to be a bit fast paced. But again, we'll see. I just really hover around what Legacy Killer HD said in 2024, because it did get struck by Take the Piss Interactive, so that tells me he was onto something. And his information was the game starts out with there's some kind of like Russian mafia drug deal going down somewhere near the beach or on the beach, and it involves an aircraft or a plane, and then in the trailer we literally see Lucia fighting She-Hulk in the plane. I put 2 and 2 together and come up with 5,000, but I suppose we'll see. Kestranova, you can ask for a transfer, but it has to be approved. What, in regards to the prison? Yeah, so anyone that's joining now, I did ask before, could we start the game out in Liberty City and then at some point Lucia asks for a transfer? Because again, what about this? What if we start the game out in Liberty City, we do a job in Liberty City, Lucia gets arrested in Liberty City, so Jason moves back to Leonida. Then we start the game out after that, where Brian rolls up to the house and Brian says, when are you picking Lucia up, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out that Lucia, throughout the year or 2 years, how long she's been in prison, she asked and requested a transfer from the prison in Liberty City to the prison in Leonida, and it was granted. So technically, we could start the game out in Liberty City. And then 2 years down the line, she's in the penitentiary in Leonida. It's a wild theory. It's deep down the rabbit hole. But all we've got is theory work right now, brother. For the next 11 months, all we've got is theory work. Let's ride. I live in Maine, and my cousin from Maine is doing 23 years in a Texas federal prison. So I would say it isn't a stretch. My cousin from Maine is doing 23 years in a Texas federal prison. Jesus. Let's ride. I'm not going to ask what he did. All the best to him. Is he innocent? That's the question. Is he a Netflix documentary? That's the answer that I want. Is he a Netflix? Is your cousin a Netflix documentary? And if he is, have I seen him? I'm only joking, Billy. You don't need to answer that. I'm only taking a piss. Amazanta Sleeping Dogs has such a strong story, and we are getting a movie of it as well. Yeah, man, I can't wait. I thought it was, in fact, Amazanta, I thought it was a TV series. Is it a movie? I thought it was a TV series that we were getting. Screw it. Either or, I'm fine with. Either or, I'm fine with. Obviously, I'd want a sequel to the game, but I'll take a movie or a TV series without a doubt. Checks over stripes. Wish Grand Theft Auto had hand combat from Sleeping Dogs. That's the one thing that I am proper rocking with in Sleeping Dogs at the moment. Don't get me wrong. I feel as though there are times where it is a little bit repetitive, but I love the idea of how if you just start button bashing, you'll get your ass kicked. You literally have to time your reversals right. It's not the sense of like with GTA. You all know that I love GTA, but obviously there's flaws without a doubt. And with GTA, it is to a point where if you end up in a street fight with, I don't know, between 5 and 10 NPCs, you can kick ass just by button bashing. Sleeping Dogs, there's no chance. If you get surrounded by like 6 or 7 or 8 guys in Sleeping Dogs, you can't button bash your way out of it. You've literally got to time your reversals right, and it makes you fight better. I love that, man. It's so good. It's a little detail that goes a long way. Yeah, checks over stripes. I completely agree. The hand-to-hand combat from Sleeping Dogs in a Grand Theft Auto game would be a fucking joke. Oh, that'd be sick. Oi, if Sleeping Dogs can do it all them years ago, Rockstar Games can do it with Grand Theft Auto 6. But again, it's the setting and it's everything else. Ninja MCT currently unwell with a virus. I expect a PC delay because of the RAM shortage. I hate AI. I expect a PC delay, not necessarily for the RAM shortage, but Ninja, I agree. I think, here's my theory around PC. I don't think it's going to be 2 years like Grand Theft Auto 5's was. I definitely think it'll come out. I think the gap between console and PC will be shorter than Grand Theft Auto 5's was. But My tinfoil hat theory is they will announce that PC's coming in 2027 and get everyone hyped, and then it'll get pushed back to 2028. But it won't be late 2028, it'll be early 2028. And, you know, they could end up blaming it on the RAM. 2026 could be the RAM shortage wars. You don't know, do you? But, yeah, I would be surprised if it doesn't get pushed back at least a little bit. But, again, we'll figure it out. F-World, you're actually doing Sleeping Dogs? Oh my god, yeah, man. I've been saying it for ages. Finally getting amongst it. It's such a good game. I mean, the thing is, there's certain games out there, right? And it might sound a bit weird to say this, so just stick with me a sec, right? But there's certain games out there that I've never played that I know when I play them, I'm going to love them. And Sleeping Dogs has always been that game for me. The amount of friend brothers, the amount of GTA fans that constantly talk about that game, there was no way I wasn't going to like it. And I love it, man. I love it. At the moment, I've put Far Cry 3 down to absolutely smash Sleeping Dogs. And I couldn't jump back into Far Cry 3 now if you paid me, because I'm just that obsessed with Sleeping Dogs. I want to get through it. Not as quick as possible. I'm definitely not rushing the game. But yeah, I'm taking my time with it. I couldn't, like, I stopped playing Fallout to go back and play Cyberpunk. I stopped playing Cyberpunk to start playing Far Cry 3. And I stopped playing Far Cry 3 to play Sleeping Dogs. I'm not stopping Sleeping Dogs to play anything. I'm going to finish Sleeping Dogs before I play any other game. It's so good. Tails, Fox. Imagine Elizabeth Torres from Grand Theft Auto 4 returning as a cameo, perhaps ends up in the same prison as Lucia. Wouldn't be the wildest theory in the world. Is Elizabeth Torres still alive? Did she not die? Did she not get clipped in one of the DLCs? No, I think she's alive, isn't she? She doesn't have a cameo in Grand Theft Auto 5, does she? I thought she got clipped. I don't know. That must have been a fever dream. I must have dreamt that up. Big Chris, sup MCT. Good to see you, big stepper. D-Man again with a 5. Appreciate you, big brother.
It's showtime!
Another thing which is kind of how Interpol works too. If you commit a crime in a different state, you'll be sent to that state to serve the crime. What? If you commit a crime in a different state, you'll be sent to that state to serve the crime. I just thought it would have made sense. If you get picked up in Texas, if you get arrested in Texas but you live in New York, you'll do your time in Texas. They won't ferry you over to New York. Like, if, you know what I mean, if you've been a very naughty boy, they're not going to ferry you over to New York just for you to be close to your family. But again, I don't have family members that are in prison, because I don't want to talk like I'm being ignorant. But that's how I saw it anyway. D-Man, what I meant was, if you can make a crime at a different country, you are sent to that country to serve out the sentence of said crime. What? Hold on a minute, I'm reading this backwards here. What are you saying here, D-Man? What I meant was, if you can make a crime at a different country... Oh, what? Are you... Oh, what? So you're saying if I went and committed a crime in Brazil and then moved to America and then I was found in the UK, I'd get sent to Brazil? Well, yeah, because it's the Brazilian authorities that have arrested me. That checks out, surely, right? Upper Robin, how do we know Lucia spent a long time in Liberty City? Maybe she lived there a long time ago and got arrested in Leonardo. Well, that's it, Upper Robin. We don't know. It's all theory work, isn't it? I'm just theorising how the game could start, because it is all theory work, but I am really set on the game is going to introduce us, like they did with Grand Theft Auto 5 and like they did with Red Dead Redemption 2. They are going to introduce us while we are in the middle of doing something. And I think that something is what Legacy Killer HD said, these sources said 2 years ago, where it's something to do with a drug deal going down. And I think that's where Lucia gets arrested. Whether it's in Liberty City, whether it's in Leonardo. Because there's a beach in Liberty City as well. Don't have to be Leonardo, but we'll see. Carl, holy shit, we're getting a Sleeping Dogs movie TV series. Have it like The Raid. Also, I'd adore a Sleeping Dogs sequel. I need to watch The Raid. I remember everyone used to go nuts about that film. Still need to watch it. Also, I'd adore a Sleeping Dogs sequel. I've never bothered in a punch-up in Grand Theft Auto. You've never done a punch-up in Grand Theft Auto, Carl? Carl, you not lived? Nah, that is, other than the antagonists being completely shit, that's one of the biggest letdowns in it, in Grand Theft Auto 5. The hand-to-hand combat is basically non-existent. Right, T, we got a shit ton more messages to read out. I can see we got a donation to read out. I can't say thank you enough, but I'm just going to have to go for a quick 60-second break. So, J-Dog, pause that music 2 secs. Team, you give me 60 seconds and I'll come back. Also, we're going to run this bitch for another 20 minutes or so. So get your messages in, get your comments in, and I'll do my very best to get amongst it when we will finish strong. But yeah, team, give me 60 seconds and I'll be right back.
At Fly US, your business is important to us. That's why we treat you like shit. We know you have a choice when choosing an airline: awful, dreadful, or terrible. And we promise you, we're striving to be awful. Fly US. Sit back, relax, and shut up.
Sure, you work at an office. Sure, you do Pilates. Yes, your wife earns more money than you do. But don't let anyone tell you you're not a man. Let them know you're a tool. U-Tool, the do-it-yourself mega hardware store for guys just like you. Real tools. Guys who don't need to hire a plumber or electrician. Guys who do it themselves. Tools. Blue-collar guys aren't geniuses, and neither are you. Demonstrate this to your wife once and for all at U-Tool. Buy a circular saw. Any guy can use one of them. Wiring is for ninnies. Wire like the pros and make your house a safe place you can be proud of. Show that wife who's boss. The guy with a belt full of gear and the house under control. Show your wife who the family tool is. U-Tool, the mega hardware superstore.
Right, team, we got another 20 minutes left of 104.5 Radio MCT. So let's finish strong and let's get amongst it. Let's ride. My cousin is actually a she. Armed robbery. Oi, does your cousin need a pen, pal? No. I'm only joking. Hey. We all got to pay a bill somehow, aren't we? Greyhound Unleashed with a 5. I appreciate you, Greyhound. Ken, do you think?
It's showtime!
Sit in that seatbelt, bitch!
Appreciate your big stepper. How generous, by the way. Doesn't drop a comment, a question, nothing. Just comes in, 5, hot steps it out of this bitch. Unbelievable show of support. Appreciate you, brother. Amazanta, Elizabeta Torres is serving over 100 years. She'd still be... Oh, does she get arrested? Is that what happens at the end? Elizabeta Torres, does she get arrested? I thought, right, yeah, I got it mixed up. So she doesn't get clipped, she gets arrested. Am I right in saying that? That must happen in one of the DLCs then. Man, oh, it's been so long since I've actually played Grand Theft Auto 4 in the DLCs. Well, actually, it's not been that long, has it? I think I played Grand Theft Auto 4 like maybe 5 months ago or so it's not been that long. But the DLC, I've not played the DLCs and I fucking... I don't think I've played the DLCs. Holy shit, man. I actually don't think I've played the Ballad of Gay Tony or the Lost and Damned since I was a kid. Oh, that's wild. I'm going to have to rectify that before November. I am going to have to fly through Grand Theft Auto 4 and the DLCs before November. I'm not having that. What a joke. Max G's knocking about. Good to see you, Maximus. Yo, how you doing, MCT? Do you think that in story mode for Grand Theft Auto 6 that police will pull you over for crimes such as speeding or reckless driving? Oh, God. Max, I'm going to answer it with a hope. I fucking hope not. I hope not. I mean... Look, let me say this. In fact, J-Dog, just pause the music a sec, because I want to get this off my chest. I've been saying constantly, man, when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6, a lot of people go a bit too far with what they want in the game. And it turns into the point where some people want this to be a life simulator. And I don't know why anyone wants it to be a life simulator, but regardless. If people start asking for stupid shit like that, like, oh, when we start speeding, we should get pulled over. Like, brother, fuck you. It's a video game. Can you imagine... Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and the moment you start speeding or driving in the other lane because you want to get to somewhere fast, all of a sudden you end up with a 2-star wanted level. How fucking annoying is that going to be? Nah, I don't want that shit because it's not that as well. You literally can't implement that in GT Online. You would be able to implement that in story mode and basically sit there and go, well, you wanted a realistic video game, so we've given you a realistic video game. And some people would like it for maybe a week or so, and then it would just turn into one of the most annoying things in the world, man. Literally, speeding. gets you a 2-star wanted level. That would be such a piss take. So there's a line in the sand. There's definitely a level that you can't cross when it comes to making your game realistic, because we don't want a life simulator. We want a good video game. There is a difference. Let me say that one more time. If you take anything away from MCT in 2026, there is a difference between a life simulator and a fucking video game. And I swear to God, man, if I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 6 and I'm driving in the wrong lane, or I'm speeding, or I'm on my phone in traffic and I got pulled over, I'd fucking hell. I'm going to say I'd delete the game. I probably won't delete the game, but I would write a very strong worded tweet. That's what I'd do. And then I'd delete the game. Right. Jado, let's carry on here. What are we saying? Agoric, can I say that name for a while? Good to see you, Pickle. Opinion on new Jason Schreier Grand Theft Auto 6 info. Is there new Jason Schreier Grand Theft Auto 6 info? Agoric? Is there? I mean, I can Google it and find out right now. Does anyone else know what he's talking about? Jason Schreier's new Grand Theft Auto 6 information. I mean, we'll check it out. Of course, we'll have a look. Jason Schreier GTA 6. 36 minutes ago, Jason Schreier comments on Grand Theft Auto 6 on a recent podcast. Oh shit! Is there new? Has he said something new around Grand Theft Auto 6? What? No shot. Has he actually? I mean, we might cover it in Friday's live stream. Let me just quickly go on Twitter and see if it's anything worth talking about right now, because we could cover it for the next 10 minutes or so. Jason Schreier. I mean, he's trending, so there we go about that. Just in Jason Schreier, that's 2025. Agoric, he basically said he wouldn't be surprised if it's in 2027. Fuck off. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I'm not having that at all, you lying bastard, Agoric. I'm not having that at all. No way. Don't even say that to me right now. Is he? Alright, he's trolled me. I've gone on Twitter right now. No one's talking shit like that at all. Let me go on Google, because there was a Reddit post that I'd found. A recent Reddit post. Jason Schreier comments, right, 37 minutes ago. I'm gonna bring this up because this is gonna start bothering me now. 37 minutes ago, Jason Schreier comments on Grand Theft Auto 6 on a recent podcast. I think this feels a little bit more real than fall 2025 did, but it's really hard to say right now. And then there's a whole big transcript which I don't need to read. Jason Schreier comments on Grand Theft Auto 6 from a recent podcast he was on. Just to recap, he predicted Grand Theft Auto 6 would slip to 2026 back in last year, which we did cover. He's considered a good source, blah, blah, blah. Simply put, it's really hard to say right now. Despite the photos, blah, blah, blah. The game could be delayed again. The game isn't fully finished yet. No one at Rockstar can guarantee a November release. At late... Fucking hell, man. Right, let me just quickly read through this because a little bit... A late year... Oh, God. All the fucking Oh, God. All the fucking clickbait pages and articles and YouTubers are going to be covering this shit for the next 2 weeks, aren't they? No one at Rockstar can guarantee a November release. A late year release feels more realistic than previous targets. The May 26 window was doubted internally. Internally doubted? That's interesting. Wow. Internally... Oof. I need to know who Schreier's source is, man. It was internally doubted. Oh, they were watching MCT. I fucking told you. When they first delayed it, what was the first thing I said on live stream? You can go back and watch it. I fucking said to you. Heavy doubt. We weren't getting this fucking game in May, man. I'm telling you. The game's extremely high risk financially. Yep. Delays significantly impact the publisher's stock. I think Grand Theft Auto is a bit... I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is a different story in that one. There's just a few more things to read out from this. They won't release the game in a compromised state. I completely agree. They'd rather delay than ship something unfinished. I agree. FY timing gives them extra flexibility. In other words, it's really hard to say right now. Yeah, that's a whole lot of nothing. But if I'm going to be honest, I take positivity from that. I take positivity from those comments because you compare that to what Jason Schreier said this time last year. We literally... I think the video is still up. You can literally go back and watch the video that we did on it. We literally the first video we did in 2025 was, it doesn't look good, Brev. Are we cooked? And basically it was Jason Schreier. It was either in December or January. at some point he said, I can see Grand Theft Auto 6 slipping to 2026. And no one wanted to believe him. And then it happened. Schreier, 12 months now, after that, is sat there saying, I'm not saying it's going to slip to 2027. No one knows. No one can be sure. But the May 26, 2026 date was internally doubted. Now, in these comments, I've not heard the podcast myself, so I'm going to have to go and listen to the podcast after this. But going off those comments, he hasn't said that internally there's doubt around November. That says to me that no one at the moment is questioning or doubting the November release date internally, which is good. That's a really big positive, man. If he heard that internally there was doubt of May 26th and he said that 12 months ago and he's not saying it now about November, that's a positive for me. But like I said, man, I'm at the point now where I don't need Jason Schreier to tell me whether or not this game's getting delayed or not. It's coming out 1 week before Black Friday. I think it's coming, man. I've never been more sure about a release date. Never been more sure at all. Because what was the one thing I did say on Monday? When it came to the live stream we did on Monday, what was the one thing I said? The biggest worry for everyone isn't this game getting delayed again, it's the length of the delay. Because if this game gets delayed again, it's not going to be delayed 1 month. They're not going to delay it to come out after Christmas, but still in December. And it's not coming out in January. If they delay this shit again, it's another 6 months delay because they're not going to drop it in January or February. It'll be March, April or May. There's no point dropping it in March. You might as well just suck dick and go straight to April or May. That's my biggest concern. But again, I don't think it's going to happen, man. I really don't. They've basically given themselves, you gotta look at it, man. In 2025, they have given themselves an extra 12 months to get this game sorted. If there was anyone at all working on this game that thought there was a possibility it could have dropped in 2025, that means you've just got a year to completely finalize everything. I've never worked on a Grand Theft Auto game, but for me, I'd be asking questions if it takes longer than that to polish a fucking game. Right, Cian Heaney's knocking about. I don't think I've ever said that name before in my entire goddamn life, so Kenneth, do you think?
It's showtime!
Good to see a big step of what are we saying. I wonder why they re-released Red Dead Redemption 1 so many times without anyone asking, but they haven't done what so once with Grand Theft Auto 4. Most people can't enjoy Grand Theft Auto 4 due to that and would pay good money for it. You the GOAT. Oh, Cian, appreciate it, brother. A lot of people ask that question. I think the reality is it's just been easier to triple dip Red Dead than it has been to triple dip Grand Theft Auto 4. Plus, I think the other thing you've got to look at as well is Red Dead Redemption 1. If you remember, it wasn't actually Rockstar Games that did the upscale for the first port. You know the updated port that we got for Switch a couple of years ago? That wasn't Rockstar Games themselves. It was another studio. It was 011 Studios or 11 fucking studios. I can't remember what they were called. Kind of similar to what went on with Grove Street and the defective editions, but kind of similar, kind of not. So when they upscaled it and they basically gave us the PlayStation 5 port that we got this time around, that was more of just a Switch 2 port. So if anything, it was kind of just double dipping the port that we got 2 years ago. So it wasn't really groundbreaking the end of the world. The issue that you've got with Grand Theft Auto 4 is that was the first HD game that came out in the Grand Theft Auto series. So there's always going to be issues with that. I don't think at the moment, and I've never developed a video game. I don't know what it takes to upscale a video game or work on a video game. But from what I was reading a while ago, I did a video a while back saying why haven't we got a Grand Theft Auto 4 remaster yet? And I think one of the points that I came across was that because it was one of the first HD games that they got, the development itself was very constructed and very what's the term that I'm thinking of? Like intricate and constructed, and so you can't just hand that to a smaller group of devs and be like, okay, you can go and upscale that if you want. Like, it's not that simple. So that might be why we've not had Grand Theft Auto 4's updated port. For the simple fact is, they would probably need Rockstar Games to really smash that home, and Rockstar Games have just been focusing on Grand Theft Auto 6 for the past, 5 years? So that might be a very brief answer to your question, brother. But I don't know. But I'm still in the camp of the people that think we could be getting GTA 4's updated port before Grand Theft Auto 6. I think there's a chance that maybe people at Rockstar, some people at Rockstar, and a side studio that maybe incorporate with Rockstar, maybe not, have been working on this GTA 4 updated port on the side. Because, like I said, I've theorized for a long time, if you're going to give us the Grand Theft Auto 4 updated port, it makes more sense to give it us now while the hype is around the term Grand Theft Auto. Because once GTA 6 drops, what's the hype going to be for the next 3 years? It's going to be GTA Online and the user-generated content and the role-playing servers. Why would you want to drop Grand Theft Auto 4's updated port? Something people have wanted for the best part of 10 years. Why would you want to drop that in those 3 years? If you're going to drop it, it makes sense to drop it now in the next 10 months. But we'll see. Real cool, Walter. I see that Jason Schreier posts on Reddit, but what's the source? I trust nothing without a legit source. Yeah, cool. I'm going to have to go and listen to that Jason Schreier podcast. I'm going to have to go and listen to it for myself. Right, team, we've hit the 2 hour mark. I said today that we were only going to do 2 hours today. So we're going to finish strong. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes. I'm going to read as many comments as I possibly can do. So if you've got any more questions or any more messages that you want to drop them in now. I'm going to do my very best to run through them all as quick as I can do in the next 5 minutes. Right, Cybernetics. So if the theory is that Rockstar always start their games in the cold, then if you ever made a game that was actually set in the cold, it would have to start somewhere warm. Not necessarily, Cybernetic, because Red Dead Redemption 2 literally started out in the cold, but yet there are parts of the map where you can go into the snow. So I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, I do get what you're saying. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's that deep. I think that, let's just say, for example, obviously it's not the situation, but if Rockstar Games were to make a Grand Theft Auto game and they based it in Canada and the majority of that map was covered in snow, it wouldn't be the sense of, oh, we have to start the game out in Leonida. We have to start it out on the beach, because it's the transition between the intro and the... Like, I get the mentality, but I think it's a simple case of, if you can make it where there's a northern part, there's a northern territory inside your map, you can easily start the game out there. Not only that as well, I will say this. I fucking hated, and I don't think I've ever really said this before on 104.5, I fucking hated that I couldn't go back to North Yankton on Grand Theft Auto 5. I hated it because I loved being in North Yankton. I thought it was awesome. The snow, the setting, everything, the vibe, just all of it. Even the music. Do you know in the part of the story where Trevor has gone to dig up Brad's grave and Michael's chasing him down? The music in that is brilliant. I love everything about North Yankton. Everything about it. And I was really gutted that I couldn't go back to it in the story. I'm like free roam wise, I couldn't go back to it in the story unless, of course, I was on PC and using mods, which I didn't do. And then I think you can, there's a North Yankton shootout on GT Online, but I'm talking about, I was really annoyed that I couldn't go back to North Yankton and free roam. However, in Red Dead Redemption 2, you can make your way up to the Northern Territory and you can make your way to where the game starts out and go to the exact place. And it's awesome. So, if anything, Cybernetic, I would want the option, if you're going to start out a video game like Grand Theft Auto 6, I know it's going to be tricky because you are basing it in Florida, but I would like the option of being able to go back to where the game started. Like we got in Red Dead Redemption 2. But, I don't know, maybe it's not that deep, we'll see. Honky Kong MCT, did you see someone discovered on Junk's website in Grand Theft Auto 5? It shows the map of all the stunt jumps and fly-unders. No. I missed that. On Junk's website. No, completely missed that. Hellison, so what are we making of the news from him? What, from Jason Schreier? I'm not going to sit here and be disrespectful to Jason Schreier because, you know, I think I'm one of the people that actually do respect him. You know, I know a lot of people like to bury him for his takes and stuff, but I think you look at his track record, the majority of the time he's got it spot on, especially when it comes to Grand Theft Auto. So I don't want to be disrespectful and be like, oh, it's a nothing burger. But I will say, that's Jason Schreier kind of being like, it isn't 100% the game's coming out in November. No one can confirm it at Rockstar Games. Basically, Jason Schreier is saying everything we were saying before it got delayed for a second time, apart from actually saying I think it's going to be delayed. The positive to take away from it is he isn't saying what he said last year. This time last year, Jason Schreier had already come out and said, I think it's going to slip to 2026. It's too big. Jason Schreier is basically sat here 12 months removed saying the game's huge. Internally, it's going to... What did he say? He said something about financially. It's huge financially, which obviously we all knew. But I need to go back and listen to the podcast. But going off those comments what I've just seen on Reddit, not once does Jason Schreier even hint that internally there's a theory that it could slip. I would have been really... If that Jason Schreier podcast, when I go back and listen to it, if there's ever a second in that podcast where he hums and ahs and goes, I've heard a few people think that it might drop to 2027. I'm going to go and play into oncoming. I am literally going to go and run into oncoming traffic. I'm going to run through a brick wall, run into oncoming traffic, and I'm going to haunt one of you. Because I swear to God, the moment I hear any internal noise that this could slip to 2027, we're cooked. Because that's all we heard around the two. Before the two delays happened, that's all we heard for 6 months. Internally, there's thoughts. Internally, there's rumours that it could get delayed, and no one wanted to take it on. No one wanted to listen to it. No one wanted to make content around it. No one wanted to make videos on it. So I'm really glad that Jason Schreier is sat here in 2026 talking about Grand Theft Auto 6, and at the moment, saying internally, there isn't any chat that it could slip. But I have to go and listen to the podcast myself. Right, team, I'm not gonna lie, my head is absolutely fucking bang. I need to go and get some paracetamol. So I'm going to read the last couple of messages and then I'm going to call it time at the bar. And I can see that we've got a donation to read out as well, which I can't say thank you enough for. So we got T Burton. I'm in SC near Georgia and we rarely get snow. So how is that, man? I very rarely see anything about any part of Florida seeing snow. Is T Burton replying to someone else or me? I said before, I think if you're going to have snow in the intro, then the intro might get set in Liberty City. Lucia could get arrested in Liberty City, and then in the space of 2 years from where the story picks up, Lucia could have got a transfer to Leonida because that's where Jason lives. I could be wrong, but if anyone's thinking around, if anyone's theorizing that Grand Theft Auto 6 could start in the snow, that's how they could work it. They could base it in Liberty City. But again, it's all theory work. Brian, Yankton was Guarma. Yeah, I definitely liked North Yankton more than Guarma, but that's just a personal thing, Brian. G-Money Shoemaker with a 10. Appreciate it, G-Money. Not seen your name in a while. Kev, do you think?
It's showtime!
Oh! Sit in that seatbelt, bitch!
Appreciate it, Big Cheese. What are we saying? Hey, MCT, just wondering, the past 2 Rockstar titles started out with the snow. Fucking hell, you lot are talking about snow today, aren't you? We've talked about this for about 10 minutes. Grand Theft Auto 5 in North Yankton, Red Dead Redemption 2 in Snowy Mountains. Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 could start out in a tropical storm or nice weather? Ooh, nice, G-Money. I think you've got more chance of it starting out in a tropical storm. I think that would be a really good way in which how, in Vice City where they block off. So, remind yourselves, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, how does it start out? It starts out with you not being able to access all of the map. What is the reason they give you? Because of heavy storms have affected the bridge. At least that's what I think. It's been a while since I played Vice City. But heavy storms are the reason that you can't get onto the bridges, so you can't get to certain parts of the map. Imagine if they gave you that reason again in Grand Theft Auto 6. And you start out in Grand Theft Auto 6, you're in a storm. I think that would be a sick intro. And then basically you can't get to certain parts of the map because the storm has blocked you off. I don't know how it would work if it's going to be a map like Grand Theft Auto 5's where it's all connected, because it's not going to be separate islands. I don't know how they're going to work with that, but yeah, I would definitely prefer a storm. Or nice weather. The only other thing, G-Money, I would say is my intro theory, which I've said a few times tonight, is I think it's going to start out with Lucia at some point ends up on that plane and Jason ends up on the bike, and Jason's like basically razzing it around the streets to try and catch up with the plane. Lucia's fighting that bodybuilder She-Hulk on the plane, and then she at some point jumps off, parachutes out, and that's when she gets arrested. If that happens in Leonida, then it doesn't happen in the snow. And going off the trailer, it doesn't look like there's a storm going on either. So that'd take the whole snow and storm shit out of the intro that we're all theorizing. But Again, who knows? Right, team, I can't say thank you enough, man. I truly can't say thank you enough for all the show of support, the messages, the donations, the voicemails, everything. Now, you know MCT, normally I run this bitch for 3 hours, but my head is absolutely pounding, so I need to go and get some paracetamol, man. I've got a migraine or something. I don't know what the crack is. But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you there. Can't say thank you enough for the support. Keep your eyes peeled, because we will be back on Friday at 5 o'clock UK time as always. I'm now officially covering the chat over, so please, for the love of God, don't send any more comments, questions or donations, because I don't want you to waste your money, your time or your effort. So, like I said, Friday, 5 o'clock UK time, we'll be back on 104.5 Radio MCT. I am going to go and listen to this Jason Schreier podcast and try and make head of tail of what he's saying. Hopefully it's mainly going to be positive, but we'll see. And then I am doing work on a video at the moment, but the video definitely won't be out tomorrow. So the next video you're going to see from me is probably going to be at the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. But obviously we'll mention that again on Friday's live stream. But anyway, I'll love you and leave you there. The music's playing out. You stay safe on those streets, you little punks. And I'll catch you live and direct on Friday at 5 o'clock UK time. Take it easy, brother. Peace.